What is up, my thrifty friends? How are you doing today? Tabs here from the Urban Goddess shop. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we're going to go over some sales from the last 2 weeks. They're not as bad as I thought they were. They're not great, but they're not as bad as I thought they were going to be. So I'm kind of excited to share what's been moving and some of my strategies and data and analytics at the end of the video. If you're new to my channel, I'm a Canadian reseller. I'm a mom to 2 girls, a wife. I work part-time in a hospital pharmacy, and I love to sell used clothing. It is my jam here on YouTube, and I share everything about my business, helping you grow a side hustle reselling clothing as well. All right, let's just jump into these sales. Let's get through this. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Oh man. Okay. There's still some patterns in what's been selling for me. And first item to sell was a pair of Lululemon on the fly 7/8 pants. These were in a size 10 and they sold for $60. On the fly pants are not available on the Lululemon website anymore. So if you can find these, they are coveted, they're in high demand. People still want them because the jogger pants are very comfortable. Honestly, a lot of healthcare workers actually wear on the fly pants at work instead of like scrub pants. And I find they're very similar to figs. And that's probably why. Fun tip, at our pharmacy, in our sterile rooms and like not necessarily like the preparation room, but even where we are like filling out the paperwork for any IVs that have to be made in our pharmacy, we are no longer allowed to wear Lululemon pants because they're not medical grade, lint proof. I don't know, there's like all these things. So they actually have to be figs or scrub brand pants. I mean, they're still very common out on the wards with nurses and things like that. So yeah, on the fly pants, first sale, and it's a good one. Next up is a Babaton Powerhouse blush blouse in an XX small. This one sold for $40. I was so excited when I sourced it. It's a great spring color, very minimalist, contemporary style, which are 2 keywords or style tags that I use when I list most of my Aritzia brand pieces. But yeah, when I got home and I was like, oh my gosh, this is an XX small. Not my favorite size to source. They were the right price and in really good condition, so I picked them up. Next is a pair of Levi's 501 skinny jeans, size 26. They sold for $50. Levi's are still selling for me on Poshmark Canada. I know people in the US are saying they're not doing as well. They also don't do as well on eBay, I have found. So I am literally just sourcing my Levi's for Poshmark Canada. And I might have a couple listed over to eBay, but I don't anticipate they're going to sell because I feel like I'm priced pretty high on eBay, but they hold a good value on the Canadian side of Poshmark for sure. Something that I actively am still sourcing. Next up is a Lululemon Down for It All vest. It is a down-filled, very lightweight vest in olive green. I love this color. I find this color is very popular in the Lululemon brand. It was in a size 2 and it sold for $60. I will still pick up anything down-filled right now, and sometimes I find you'll actually get better deals on down-filled because it's starting to head out of season. So keep your eye out for like down-filled anything. It doesn't even have to be like Lululemon or North Face or whatever. I just picked up, what the heck brand is it? I just picked up an Eddie Bauer down-filled jacket for $12.99 the other day, and that's not normal pricing during winter. I think they're just pricing things to keep them moving before they pull all their fall and winter stock. Next up was a C by Chloe tan silk 3/4 sleeve blouse in a size 2. It sold for $70, but here's the big but. I paid up for this. I think I paid about $40 or $45 for this blouse, and if I look at the earnings from Poshmark, they were $56, so $10 in earnings. Okay, here's why I think it didn't do as well as I thought. I was so excited when I found it. I don't find C by Chloe very often, so oh my gosh, here's Callie. Let's see what you want. Hey Cal, what's up? We're just recording a video. Oh, it's your nap time. You should probably be sitting out there napping, okay? Toulou. There she goes. She lays down. Callie, being a senior dog, sleeps majority of the day. Like, I think she's only awake a couple hours. So I know in the afternoon she likes to nap, but I think she just wants to know where I am so that she can nap outside the door. Anyways, okay, back to the See by Chloe blouse. It was an older style, and there were things that I should have picked up on, but I was blinded by the brand. I was just so excited. But yeah, I had it priced a lot higher. It was an older style, so it just didn't do as well as I had hoped to, but still made some money. I'm just so grateful I didn't lose money on that item because I was afraid. I was like, oh gosh, I'm going to lose money on this. This was a bad buy. Still not a great buy. I mean, that's a lot of money to put up on an item to make, you know, $15. I'm just going to count my lucky stars that I didn't take a loss on that one. Next up is a pair of Wilfred Lazarus light gray wide leg crop pants in a size 10. They sold for $50. I thought these would do better. They were a nice neutral tone. They're wide leg. They're a good size 10. Sales have been sparse, so I've been cutting some pretty good deals on items. I also have to say, I want to talk about a weird case, and I was actually in the wrong. So I sold a pair of tie front pants, I think a couple weeks ago, and as soon as she received them, she opened a case and she said that there was the stitching around the zipper on the bottom was released, and I was like, I don't think that that's how they were when I shipped them. And she's like, I'm telling you, blah, 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 blah. So anyways, I just stopped commenting in the case, and I was like, I'll let Poshmark deal with it. She sent them back to me, and I knew there was a couple areas that were shown in pictures, like very minimal blemishes, that I was like, I'll be able to spot them if she switched the pants, because I was actually quite convinced that she had switched the pants. And but in the photos I took, it was really hard to tell if the stitching would have been let go around the zipper. Anyways, when I got them back, definitely the stitching was let go around the zipper, and they were the pants I sent her. So I actually reached out to her yesterday, and I just said, I want to say sorry. I've been scammed as a seller on Poshmark, and I didn't think that I had missed that. And I said, I am very sorry. I just want to send my apology out to you. And she was really awesome about it. She was like, it's okay. She's like, I could see how it was missed. And she's like, I even tried to take them to Aritzia to see if they would fix them. And she's like, I'm sorry for any inconvenience it caused you. I was like, oh my gosh, girl, you did not inconvenience me. She's like, I said, I just want to say I'm sorry, and I don't want you to have a bad taste about this. And yeah, so when I'm in the wrong, I will reach out to the buyer and apologize, and yeah, just say my piece. But I had to share this because a lot of times we do get scammed, and this was an instance where I was convinced that she was scamming me, and she wasn't. I think the item was damaged. I don't check that. I'm not saying I don't. I do check on a lot of items. I'm pretty confident I did not check the zipper on that. So yeah, I feel like it was my mistake. But anyways, I thought I would share that with you guys. It was a very humbling moment, and I was happy that I could, just fix hopefully how she was feeling about using the app. And she was a new buyer too, which also triggered me to think, is this a scam? Okay, moving along. Next sale was a Lululemon Cashlou knit pullover sweater in a size small. Beautiful color. I was going to hold on to this until fall because it was a knit sweater. I just have been listing everything that I've been finding, and it sold for $59, which now I'm looking at, I'm like, this is the perfect spring piece. You know what I mean? Soft, lightweight, perfect for spring. So yeah, that was a good one. Excited about that. Lots of Lulu selling for me right now. I feel like spring and summer is definitely my biggest Lulu months. Next up is a pair of Levi's wedgie skinny raw hem jeans in a size 14W. They sold for $45. I thought that these were going to be like a really good sale. They were plus size. They were excellent condition. Yeah, I just thought they were going to do really well. And I've had them for quite a few months. I've probably had these for a good 4 or 5 months. So I think I sent out some aggressive offers and she accepted it. Actually, let's see. It should tell me. Yeah, I sent her that offer. So just need to get the money back in. It looks like the net earnings on it were $32 and I probably paid about $17 for these. So not bad, still making some money on them. I just obviously thought there was going to be a little bit of a bigger profit margin on that item. Next item is something I've had for a while. These are a pair of Guess by George Marciano 90s loafer style shoes in a size 9.5. They sold for $36 and I'm so sad about this. So I found these in Fernie, I don't even know, like 8-10 months ago. It was probably last summer, and they gave me like 90s feels. Like it was like 90s Nev Campbell or Jennifer Aniston. Like it just, oh, I just loved them. So they sold for $36. I actually was expecting to sell them for like $50 to $70 because they were such a unique style, but they're only worth what people are willing to pay. And I've had them listed a long time. I don't think the value was there that I thought was going to be. Next up is a pair of Levi's 501 high-rise jean shorts, size 28. They sold for $35. They're just not holding the value, and I think mixed with people, being on a budget, they're just not doing as well as I wanted them to do. Like, I'm just being honest. Some of these sales, I'm just like, ugh, like this next one, not great either. It's a Lululemon To The Point long sleeve shirt. Now, when I sourced this, I didn't realize that it was asymmetrical hem. I don't think I would have grabbed it if I would have known that. It wasn't a size large. I thought it was a straight hem. I didn't look at it that closely, obviously, and I was like, oh, I'll keep it for myself. But the asymmetrical, it's not a style that I like to wear. So I listed it and it sold for $35. I have to be more conscious of what I'm spending on my inventory right now because things just aren't selling for what they were, 5 months ago. And that profit margin is getting a lot smaller. So I was sourcing more at buy sell trade stores, but with their prices and what things are reselling for, I'm really tapering that down and trying to source more just at the thrift stores and secondhand stores. We'll see how it goes. I mean, obviously, as soon as sales start picking up again and ASP starts going up again, I will switch back to the old way because it's just a lot easier. But yeah, I have to be more conscious on what I'm spending on my inventory right now. Next up is a pair of Levi's wedgie straight leg jeans in a size 30. These sold for $50. As long as my Levi's are selling for over $50 right now, I'm cool with it. Next item is a Lululemon Swiftly Tech long sleeve, size 10. This one sold for $47. I think it was the color. This light blue color does really well. Some colors don't do as well, but light blue, I always seem to get a decent value for them. Next up is a Babaton Wallace wrap dress in a size small, and this one sold for $65. I picked up 2 of these. I was hoping to sell them between $60 and $75 just because it's kind of like a classic dress. These are perfect if you have like a wedding to go to, a baby shower, a graduation, like any sort of springtime event. I think these are the perfect items to wear. But yeah, so $65, happy with that, right in that, in that range of what I was shooting for. Next is a Lululemon Coast Wrap heathered jacket, I guess, in a size 6. This sold for $36. I picked this up on a sale, was hoping that it would sell closer to $50. It is an older style, and I'm finding that older style stuff, that's one of the categories of Lululemon that is not holding the value that it was holding. And I think that might be like a switch through their style and what people are actually looking for right now, but that would be more of a dated piece. This next item is another pair of Lululemon tight stuff to 25-inch leggings, size 8. These sold for $57, which is awesome. Trying to find those Lululemon leggings and not spending over $25 on them. I won't spend over $25 on them. I'm hoping to pay around 20 is my ideal. That is getting tougher and tougher as all, secondhand thrift stores, consignments, buy sell trades, all of them are raising their prices right now. So yeah, it's really tough. I actually saw a pair of brand new, not brand new, but maybe 1-year-old Lululemon leggings at Value Village the other day, behind the tills, marked at $49.99. No joke, $49.99. I was like, stop, Value Village. Can you stop with this? This is crazy pricing. Yeah, it was crazy. Okay, next up is a Free People Molly cable cardigan sweater in a size small. This sold for $58. This is actually one of my favorite Free People items that I have in my closet right now, so that's a good dollar. Next sale is a pair of Figs Zamora 2.0 joggers in blue, size small. They sold for $66. And they were new with tag. I just sourced these like a couple weeks ago. I knew they would sell well. I priced them higher so that I could have room to send an offer and still be happy with what they sold for. And those ones I paid $7.99, and I'm sure I had a coupon for those pants. So that's a really good profit on those. Next up is a Keepsake, no reason, off the shoulder romper. Yeah, romper is shorts, jumpsuit is pants. This was in a size large and it sold for $70. So Keepsake is an Australian brand. They're priced pretty high. Like, original price of this was I can't remember. It was like $300 to $400, and the quality of the material is impeccable. Like, that's how I discovered the brand. I was like looking through the dresses and I felt the material. I'm like, what is this brand? And I looked at the tag and I was like, I don't recognize it. So I quickly did a Google search and I was like, hey, this is worth grabbing. Now, I don't think all Keepsake pieces hold the same value. I think this one had multiple factors. It was a size large, which is awesome. It's a nice spring blush pink color. It's a romper. It has like exaggerated ruffle. It just had so many features on it that I think everything lined up, which allowed to charge a higher price and get $70 for it. So very happy with that sale. Next up is a pair of Denim Forum, the Yoko shorts, size 26. Those sold for $35. Starting to see more and more denim shorts selling, but lower ASP than what I was hoping for. This next one I've had for a while, and it was a viewer that reached out to me and had a couple questions, but it's an Ivco long jacquard cardigan jacket, and in a size, I had it marked as a size small, but it wasn't. It was actually a size large. I had it missized. So she had messaged me and asked, is this actually a size small or size large, or is there anything wrong with it? I'm like, no, I think I just sized it because it was something I listed a while ago and I just wasn't sure where to size it. But yeah, it sold for $45. So I'm really happy to see that piece go. That was another one that I thought would have better value. I had marked it high. Ivco, I think it's Ivco. It's a really good quality sweater cardigan and very unique patterns, very unique knit prints. It definitely is like a good item. It just was selling slower. And I think it might be more of like an Etsy item, something that would hold more value on Etsy. All right, we're getting through. Oh my gosh, we still have some more sales, and then we have to go through eBay as well. So next up is a bundle. This is a 2-piece bundle. Both of them are Aritzia items. The first one is a Babaton Power Hip red blazer, size 4. Second item is a Wilfred Brax jumpsuit linen jumpsuit, in a size 4 as well. And it's sold for $125. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I did not realize that that was the Babaton Power Hip blazer. And when I first looked at the bundle, I have a vintage red wool blend blazer as well. I thought it was that one. So I sent an offer, like a pretty good offer on the items based on that it was that vintage blazer that I kind of wanted to move. And then when I went to go ship it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's that Power Hip blazer, which I'm so sad about. But you know what? I would have sold the blazer for $70, and that's still $55 for the jumpsuit, which isn't bad. And the cost of goods I have on both of these items is probably about $50. So Yeah, net earnings 96 after their fees and shipping discount, and that turns into about a $46 profit. Not bad. Not bad. I got to take the wins when I can get them. Next up is a Wilfred Sevray black sleeveless blouse in a size medium, sold for $50. Those I tend to find relatively cheap. Next sale is a pretty big sale, and I knew it was a risk grabbing this because I'm paying up for these items, but it's a men's Lululemon Labs Ashta Bomber reversible jacket, and it's a goose down jacket. It wasn't a size large. Originally I grabbed it for Jeff, but it just didn't fit him right, and I paid $50 for this jacket. So it sold for $150, which is still good. That's a good return coming back to me, and I think I only had it listed for a couple weeks. I find good quality men's pieces, especially men's jackets, Lululemon, if they're newer, like 3 or 4 years and newer, they tend to hold a good value, and I can see some pretty good returns on them. Next is a 2-piece bundle. This sold for $70. First is a Wilfred Pursuit camisole top in a size large, and the second item is a pair of Levi's 501 high-rise jean shorts in a size 32. That top, actually both of these items were new with tags, so that was a fantastic deal. Next is a pair of Levi's 501 original cutoff jean shorts, size 32. These sold for $32. So Levi's 501 looked to be a very popular style, selling between $30 and $35, maybe $40. I think that's pushing it right now. If you come across them, grab them. If you have the right cost of goods, I would be picking them up. 501s are one of my most popular jean shorts that I'm selling. Next is a pair of North Face gray hiking pants, size 8. These sold for $45. I've had them a long time, since last year, but we're heading into hiking season, so people are looking for new items. Anything that's like hiking related tends to do really well in spring. 2 more sales on Poshmark. Oh my gosh. Next up is a Babaton Lucida cardigan in a size extra small. This sold for $50. Classic, contemporary, knit, versatile, right? That's why those items do so well, and they hold a good value because they're kind of like timeless pieces. And then the last item on Poshmark is a Babaton Wallace wrap dress. It's like a floral print in a size small, sold for $55. So that's a little bit less than what I was hoping for, but still really good. And I've only had that listed for like 2 weeks. So that was the second to the pink dress. Now, both of them have sold, which I'm happy about. I actually thought that this item, like the floral one, was going to hold better value and sell quicker. But yeah, the pink one went really, really quick. Okay, let's move into the eBay sales. I have 3 eBay sales, all actually decent. I'm happy with them. First is Free People Blue Movement cami crop top, extra small. This sold for $26. Not a huge value, but I have had this top forever. I actually tried to give it away in one of my live shows, and the person that won it messaged me after and was like, "It won't fit my girlfriend, don't worry about it, you just keep it and sell it and make money." I was like, oh my gosh, so nice. Yeah, I guess they were on Whatnot just shopping for personal use for their girlfriend and themselves, and yeah, he was like, don't worry about it. So finally sold that one. I've had that actually came from a Quick Lots. I think it came from a Quick Lots box like 2 years ago. That's so crazy. That's so long ago. Next was a Babaton black, I don't even know how to say it, calo robe, and it's like a duster length jacket in a size small. This one sold for $45, less than what I wanted it to sell for, but this one was missing the belt, so I knew that I probably wasn't going to get top dollar for it. And then the last item to sell was an Ariat puffer blue-brown Western jacket in a women's size large, and that sold for $96.59. And here's the thing, every time I look up Ariat, when I find an item right now in the thrift store, the sell-through rate on eBay is high, like over 80%. This jacket, like just for an Ariat puffer jacket, the sell-through rate was so high. Even their jeans, like everything I look up that I have been finding, it holds good value. So I'm going to continue looking for this brand. If you ever come across it and you sell on eBay, I would add that to your BOLO list. You're looking at high sell-through rate and they're holding really good value. And I think part of that is the styles actually don't change much in Western wear, like very small. So the value of them doesn't drop as quickly because they don't age out. You know what I mean? Like the styles are just so classic for so many years. I think that's why they hold such good value. But yeah, that was a fantastic sale. Really excited about that one. Happy to see that one go because I thought for sure I was going to hold on to that one until next fall. Okay, let's jump into the data and analytics, which is my favorite part. Okay, total sales. So this is from April 14th until April 27th, and that's 14 days. On Poshmark, I sold $1,684. That's up $250 from the previous 2-week period. And on eBay, I sold $180 worth of inventory. Grand total is $1,864 from the last 2 weeks, which is down just over $100 from the previous video. Not too bad. Honestly, I thought that my sales were a lot worse than they were. And when I started adding them up, I was like, I really shouldn't be complaining because I didn't list anything last week. I had nothing new to list. Life just got in the way. We had a very busy week last week, and sometimes if I have to let go of something, it's going to be putting up fresh listings. So I was just relying on my relisting, and on eBay, the end and sell similar. But yeah, I'm so curious to see what my sales actually would have been if I would have listed, 20 or 25 items last week. Just kicking myself in the butt that I didn't do that. But yeah, I cannot complain. To be down $100 and not listing in over 7 days, that's a win in my books for this period for April right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, actually, we could probably add up last week's and this week. So I'm probably $3,800 for the month, which also isn't bad. It's not great, but I'm so grateful that I'm still making sales when there's a lot of people, struggling to make those sales. I did sell 36 items in the last 2 weeks, and the average sale price was $52, which is still very close to the previous video. Active listings are at 342. I have to bring that up. I'm still trying to hit up to that 400. But you know what? Skip 1 week of listing and that doesn't help, and still like consistently selling things. Yeah, I think I've had too many low listing weeks in the last couple months, and it's really creeping low. So I'm trying my best to do 40 listings a week in May, and hopefully that will help me get up to the 400 mark. And I use the 400 mark as kind of like, I don't know, you don't need to sell 400 to make daily sales. At this point, I am pretty much making daily sales numbers, but I find when I get to 400 listings, I have a good variety of sizes. So when my closet's small, I just have smaller variety of sizes for people to create bundles, where when I start to get up to 400, 450, I just feel like I have a better chunk of sizing for people to look through and hopefully find a couple items when they're making a purchase. That's the only reason why I keep saying I'm trying to get up to 400. So yeah, I haven't been doing great on the listing, but I'm going to be doing my best to be better and do better, because if I have crappy sales right now, I'm really just blaming myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, really, the person to blame is me. I'm the problem, not listing. Also, I have like a frog in my throat today. I think it's the weather. It's getting warm, and the pollen and the snow mold and everything is out. It's just making my voice really wonky, because otherwise, cold-wise, I am feeling quite a bit better. But this weather is just bringing out my allergies, and I also have a little bit of seasonal asthma too. Okay. Enough about me. Back to the sales. Top brands in the last 2 weeks. Aritzia is my best-selling brand, and I use it as a blanket brand. That would include Babaton and Wilfred. Those are the two best-selling sub-brands of Aritzia that I pick up and sell. Lulu, Vintage, and Anthro are all very close as well. So those were my next kind of group of brands, and very, very close. Like I've said before, these brands are the ones that I am sourcing the most, which is majority of my inventory. So my data is going to be based on what I source and what I sell and what works for me in my business. When I find something that works, I wash, rinse, repeat, right? When you find something that's working, wash, rinse, repeat. And I am actively trying to grow my brands and what I'm picking up, but that's just been in the last couple weeks. So hopefully my what sold videos are going to be a little bit more diverse in the brands and styles. And I do think a lot of these styles that I'm talking about and the colorways, and those are all things that people are looking for. So yes, obviously because they're in certain brands, they're doing very well and they're selling very well, but I think any of these colors or styles will sell in other brands too. Okay, trends for sales. So how am I making sales? Offers to likes is 78% of my sales. So that's single item, someone likes it, I send them an offer, or my automation sends them an offer. One of us is sending offers, and they accept the offer. So you have to give a shipping discount on that as well. But yeah, the other way that I find I make sales is the My Shoppers feature. And for that one, I will just go back however many days, add likes to bundles, send whatever offer to all the bundles. And I like to do it on the weekend usually. That will result in a few more sales. Fun fact. I haven't had a fun fact in a while. So here's a fun fact. I sold more than I listed. Get the joke? I didn't list anything. So of course I sold more than I listed, but I hope you guys find the humor in that. Yeah, I like I said, I was shocked when I looked at my sales. I didn't realize that things had been going as well as they had. Not where I want to be, but better than where I thought I was. Okay, so last thing we're going to talk about sales goals for the next 2 weeks. I think it's really important that you set personal sales goals, what you're shooting for, how do you meet those goals, how many items do you have to list, what do you have to source. For me, like I said, I'm shooting to list 40 items a week. If I can sell 30 items out of that 40, I'm happy. That would be the best case scenario that I could see right now, because my sell-through rate has dropped, and I don't think it's the items I'm picking up. I think it's the productivity of the app, and a little bit of market stuff, but there's just so much stuff going on the Poshmark app right now, which is why I'm trying to diversify actively over to eBay. Okay, so I want to stock up my store. I want to get my listings up to 400. I'm not sure when things are going to turn around here for all of us. I think we are heading into a recession if we're not already there. And I was listening to a podcast, a reseller podcast, and they were talking about that. They were comparing this to 2008. And I don't know who was selling in 2008 or reselling. If you have, or if you were one of those people, drop in the comments, tell us what was it like, what happened, because that's kind of what they're equating where we are right now. That's what they're referring to, what the market's at right now is it's becoming similar to 2008. So again, I don't know when it's going to turn around, but I have lots of good stuff to list right now. I'm going to do my best to stay conscious on how much I'm spending sourcing and what's bringing in sales, and trying to source the items that are turning over right now for me. And yeah, make sure I stay within a budget. Sometimes I'm willy-nilly, like there is no budget. I just spend because things sell and money's coming in. It's very easy. But when it's hard to meet my sales goals, I have to be more cautious. And when I'm picking up, take a little bit less risks. And ideally, I'm only picking up items that I think are going to actually sell for over $50. And then I might grab some items if the cost of goods is right, even though I'm not selling them for over $50. If I'm looking at, an over $25 profit, then those would be good purchases for me. But I struggle with that. I'm really bad at just picking things up because I'm like, well, that'll sell. And I'm like, hey, well, if I'm spending $25 and it only sells for, $45, that's not really leaving myself with a lot of profit. and I still have to source it, prep it, list it, store it, inventory it, ship it. Like that's a whole lot of work to go into a $15 profit, you know, and being conscious of your hourly wage and what you want to pay yourself. So yeah, I'm going to work on growing my brand knowledge. I want to put a little bit more focus into dresses. I just listed a few dresses this week, which I'm excited about. I've heard you guys talking in the comments saying dresses are some of your best categories. You make more money selling dresses than sweaters. And I want on that bandwagon. I want to hop on the back. I'm going to try and figure this out. And there has to be more brands and styles that I can pick up that I probably just don't know. So yeah, working on my own personal knowledge. And I find the easiest way to expand your brand knowledge when you're outsourcing is anything that feels like 100% cotton or linen or like that texture. Check the label, look it up, look at the material content. That is how I found that sailor dress and the Misa dress was just on material content. I was like, this isn't a cheap material, and looking it up, finding the brands and doing a comp search on that. So yeah, that's my little tip on how to find new brands that hold good value. I think material content is always a win in summer, finding those material contents that people like to buy. Okay, comp check. I'm using eBay for that most of the time, looking for high sell-through rate items. And yeah, oh my gosh, I just spilled like everything that's going on and what my goals are. But I hope it helps you. Like if you're like, I don't know what to do over the next month, I hope I gave you some ideas on things that you can work on in your business. So what I would love to hear from you, drop down below. What are your 2-week sales goals? What are your May sales goals? What are some things that you want to work on in your business right now? And if there's any way I can help, that you need help in what you're doing, or you don't know how to do something, or you need whatever, anything you need help with, drop it down below. And as a community, let's help you get to your goals. All right, guys, I'm going to head out of here. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If this helps you in your reselling business, make sure to give me a thumbs up and tap subscribe on the way out. All right. I'm wishing you guys all many sales, lots and lots of sales, and I will see you next time. Bye.